The Sigma male versus artificial intelligence, a battle for independence. Imagine waking up one day to find that the world no longer values independence, critical thinking, or the ability to carve your own path. Instead, every move, every decision, and every thought is dictated by an unseen force, artificial intelligence. Sigmas, have you ever wondered what happens when machines start thinking for you? When the very traits that make you unique, self-sufficiency, intellect, and mystery, are rendered obsolete by an algorithm? Picture this: a man who has built his life on autonomy, avoiding the system's grip, suddenly finds himself in a world where AI dominates everything. The job market is filled with emotionless bots, social interactions are dictated by algorithms, and free thinkers are labeled as outdated relics. Sounds like a dystopian movie, right? But what if I told you this is not fiction, it's the future unfolding right before our eyes? Sigma males have spent their lives staying ahead of the curve, mastering adaptability, and thriving in solitude. But now, they face their biggest challenge yet, the rise of artificial intelligence. And the question remains, will Sigmas survive, or will AI render them obsolete? As Carl Jung once said, "A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them." Sigma, we are at an inferno. Will we burn, or will we rise? Number 1, why Sigma males are wired to fear AI. Let's get one thing straight: Sigmas don't fear change. They thrive in it. But AI? AI isn't just another technological advancement. It's a complete restructuring of how society functions. The world is shifting toward automation, surveillance, and data-driven decisions, all of which challenge the very essence of what it means to be a Sigma, independent, self-sufficient, and free from external controls. AI operates on predictability. It analyzes behavior, detects patterns, and optimizes efficiency. But here's where it struggles: Sigmas are anything but predictable. Unlike the masses who follow trends, seek validation, and fall into easy-to-read habits, a Sigma remains an enigma. He adapts without warning, moves without explanation, and operates on intuition rather than programmed logic. This unpredictability makes AI less of a threat to the Sigma male himself and more of a threat to a world that doesn't understand him. Let's break this down psychologically. AI thrives in environments where people are routine-driven and easily categorized. Social media algorithms, facial recognition, and behavioral tracking all function by learning from repetitive actions. But Sigmas defy this system by refusing to conform. They don't engage in predictable online behavior. They move in silence. They rely on their intelligence rather than external validation. This makes them one of the few remaining wild cards in a society that's becoming increasingly controlled by artificial intelligence. From an economic standpoint, AI is replacing jobs and automating decision-making processes. The traditional worker, who follows instructions and depends on external structure, is at risk. But Sigmas? They have always been self-reliant. They seek knowledge, develop unique skill sets, and operate outside of traditional corporate hierarchies. Whether it's mastering a trade, creating passive income streams, or embracing remote, unconventional lifestyles, Sigmas remain ahead of the curve. They don't wait for opportunities. They create them. Yet, the true danger of AI isn't in its intelligence, it's in its ability to shape society's expectations. As AI learns more about human psychology, it influences everything, from hiring processes to dating algorithms. In an age of hyperconnectivity, where everything is tracked and analyzed, Sigmas remain ghosts in the machine, untraceable. Number 2, the silent war between AI and individualism. Society thrives on control. From childhood, we're conditioned to obey the script. Go to school. Get a job. Follow the rules. Fit in. This structure ensures order. But for those who see beyond it, it feels like a cage. Sigma males are the outliers, the ones who refuse to be molded by societal expectations. We don't just question the script. We tear it apart and write our own. And now, the most powerful tool of control isn't a government or a leader. It's artificial intelligence. AI decides what you watch, who you interact with, and even what you believe. Algorithms analyze your behavior, predict your desires, and feed you content that shapes your reality. Every book recommendation, every news article, every job opportunity is filtered through a system designed to reinforce a particular narrative. The result? A society where people don't think for themselves. They think what they're told to think. For most people, this isn't a problem. They go along with it, unaware they're being manipulated. But Sigmas? We see the strings being pulled. We recognize that convenience often comes at the cost of autonomy. Number 3, the job market, a silent takeover. AI isn't just coming for blue-collar jobs. It's coming for everything. Industries once thought untouchable, law, medicine, software development, are now in AI's crosshairs. Automation is replacing skill. Algorithms are making decisions once left to human intuition. Even creative fields are being infiltrated by machine-generated art, music, and writing. The workforce, as we know it, is being rewritten. For decades, Sigmas have thrived by being masters of their craft, skilled, independent, and highly competent. But what happens when even the most specialized expertise can be replicated by a machine in seconds? The harsh truth is, raw skill alone is no longer enough. Survival versus obsolescence comes down to one thing: ingenuity. AI can process data, but it doesn't think the way a Sigma does. It lacks true creativity. It lacks emotional depth. It lacks the ability to connect seemingly unrelated ideas in groundbreaking ways. This is where the real battle begins. While most people panic, Sigmas evolve. In a world drowning in automation, the ones who thrive will be those who can do what AI can't. That means mastering not just technical skills but critical thinking, strategic vision, and adaptability. Blending technology, psychology, and strategy in ways AI can't predict. Cultivating emotional intelligence and leadership, skills that machines can never replicate. Number 4, AI and the death of true connection. Social media has already become a digital playground of rehearsed conversations, filtered realities, validation-seeking behavior. Every interaction feels curated. Every post is designed for maximum engagement rather than genuine expression. But with AI stepping in, it's not just getting worse, it's becoming indistinguishable from reality. Think about it. AI-driven chatbots can now mimic human emotions with alarming accuracy. Dating apps are experimenting with AI-generated profiles that simulate personality traits. Even friendships are being shaped by recommendation engines. The very essence of human connection is being manipulated, repackaged, and sold back to us in the form of a digital illusion. And this is where Sigmas stand apart. While society drifts further into artificial relationships, Sigmas will stand as a reminder of what it means to be real. Because in the end, authenticity will always have the highest value. Because no algorithm can replicate the soul of a Sigma. Number 5, the battle between AI and human instinct. Why Sigma males will always prevail. Artificial intelligence represents the pinnacle of computational logic, processing terabytes of data in milliseconds, identifying complex patterns invisible to the human eye, and generating statistically optimized decisions with machine precision. From financial forecasting to medical diagnostics, AI's analytical capabilities far surpass human capacity in speed and accuracy. Yet this technological marvel contains a fundamental flaw: it operates within the confines of programmed parameters, incapable of comprehending the nuanced, often irrational realm of human instinct. This is where the Sigma male's evolutionary advantage becomes undeniable. While AI assesses situations through binary calculations of risk or reward probabilities, the Sigma male's cognition operates on multiple layers, simultaneously processing logical data while accessing primal intuition honed through millennia of human survival. Where AI sees a 78.3% chance of success based on historical patterns, the Sigma detects the subtle tremor in a business partner's voice, the micro-expression of deceit in a negotiation, or the atmospheric tension preceding a dangerous encounter, factors no algorithm can quantify. In critical decision-making scenarios, this difference becomes paramount. Consider high-stakes poker. AI can calculate exact probabilities of hand combinations, but cannot read the unconscious tells of opponents. In battlefield conditions, military AI can process terrain data and enemy positions, but cannot sense an impending ambush through environmental cues and instinctive awareness. The Sigma male thrives in these liminal spaces where data meets the unquantifiable human element. Their decisions incorporate not just information, but the silent language of intuition, what ancient warriors called the gut sense, and modern psychologists recognize as rapid cognitive processing of subconscious pattern recognition. As AI systems become more embedded in daily life, from algorithmic trading to AI-curated dating matches, the Sigma's ability to override machine suggestions with instinctive judgment becomes increasingly valuable. Where others blindly follow GPS directions into traffic jams or accept AI-generated life advice without question, Sigmas maintain the human capacity for discontinuous thinking, recognizing when to ignore the numbers and trust something deeper. This preservation of instinct in an increasingly algorithmic world ensures their continued dominance in spheres where true discernment matters most. Number 6, AI's cultural engineering. The Sigma males stand against digital emasculation. The second-order effects of artificial intelligence extend far beyond technological convenience. They represent nothing less than a systematic reconstruction of masculine identity. Social media algorithms now dictate behavioral norms, promoting emotional exhibitionism as healthy vulnerability while pathologizing traditional masculine virtues as toxic. Dating apps employ machine learning to condition men toward performative feminization, rewarding conformity to new relationship paradigms. Even educational AI systems subtly steer young males away from competitive individualism toward collective compliance. This cultural reprogramming operates through sophisticated feedback loops. Recommendation engines on platforms like TikTok and Instagram reinforce androgynous behavior patterns through dopamine-driven engagement metrics. Mental health chatbots pathologize masculine self-reliance as repression. Corporate HR algorithms screen for traditionally male leadership traits as potential microaggressions. The result is a generation of men neurologically rewired to seek validation through digital approval metrics rather than tangible achievement. Sigma males constitute the immune response to this psychosocial virus. Their resistance operates on multiple levels. Media consumption autonomy. While average users exist in algorithmically constructed filter bubbles, Sigmas employ VPNs, alternative platforms, and deliberate information diets to maintain cognitive sovereignty. Behavioral obfuscation. By avoiding digital fingerprinting through unpredictable online behavior and minimal social media engagement, they deny AI systems the data needed for psychological profiling. Value system preservation. Sigma males maintain an internal scorecard of achievement rather than chasing algorithmic validation. Their metrics of success, self-mastery, tangible skills, real-world respect, remain immune to digital manipulation. The conflict escalates as AI grows more sophisticated. Emotion recognition systems now analyze facial expressions during video calls. Natural language processing detects ideological nonconformity in written communication. Predictive policing algorithms flag high-risk, masculine behavioral patterns. In this environment, the Sigma's ability to navigate society while remaining digitally untraceable becomes not just an advantage, but a necessity for preserving authentic masculinity. Where mainstream culture produces algorithm-compliant men who adjust their personalities to maximize social credit scores, Sigma males evolve into the digital age equivalent of samurai, masters of both technological tools and timeless masculine principles. Their existence proves that even in an era of artificial consciousness, some human archetypes remain beyond programming. Number 7, AI and the future of privacy, the Sigma male's art of digital ghosting. The 21st century has birthed an unprecedented surveillance paradigm, one where artificial intelligence doesn't merely observe human behavior but anticipates it. Every smartphone tap, credit card swipe, and even casual conversation in public spaces, captured by ambient listening devices, feeds into vast neural networks that profile individuals with terrifying precision. Facial recognition databases now track citizens across cities, while predictive policing algorithms flag suspicious behavior patterns before crimes occur. The average person exists as an open book, their life story written in data points by corporations and governments hungry for control. Sigma males navigate this panopticon with the skill of digital ninjas. Their counter-surveillance methodology operates on multiple levels. The vanishing act, where normies maintain 300-plus online friends, Sigmas cultivate real-world connections through burner phones and face-to-face meetings in locations without CCTV coverage. They adopt cash transactions for sensitive purchases and use privacy-focused cryptocurrencies when digital payments are unavoidable. The digital doppelganger. When forced to engage online, Sigmas create multiple contradictory personas, a LinkedIn profile with plausible but misleading career details, a social media account with algorithm-confusing activity patterns, and search histories deliberately designed to poison their data profile. The tech purge. Sigma males periodically conduct device hygiene rituals, factory resets, MAC address randomization, and hardware swaps. They understand that most smart devices contain firmware backdoors, so they maintain separate burner devices for different purposes. The sophistication of their approach evolves with surveillance technology. As AI-powered gait recognition emerges, Sigmas alter their walking patterns in monitored areas. When emotion detection CCTV appears in retail spaces, they practice facial muscle control to present neutral expressions. Their ultimate weapon isn't any single tool, but rather a mindset, the constant awareness that in the digital age, privacy isn't a right but a skill that must be relentlessly honed. Number 8, the psychological war, how Sigma males build cognitive firewalls against AI manipulation. Modern AI doesn't just influence decisions, it architects the very framework through which humans perceive reality. The average person encounters over 100 AI-curated content suggestions daily, each meticulously engineered to trigger specific neural responses. Netflix's recommendation engine shapes political views through selective documentary promotion. Spotify's mood detection algorithms manipulate emotional states via music selection. Even grocery store layouts, optimized by machine learning, subtly steer purchasing habits at a subconscious level. Sigma males erect formidable mental defenses against this onslaught. Information triage protocol, they consume news through raw data sources, government statistics, unedited footage, primary documents, rather than algorithmically filtered summaries. Before forming opinions, they ask, who benefits from me believing this? Cognitive dissonance training. While most seek content that confirms existing beliefs, Sigmas deliberately expose themselves to opposing viewpoints. Not to be swayed, but to map the ideological battlefield and identify manipulation patterns. Neurological hygiene. Recognizing that continuous digital stimulation rewires brain chemistry, Sigmas implement strict analog hours, periods of deep work without notifications, outdoor activities without tracking devices, and face-to-face interactions without recording. The most dangerous AI systems today employ neurolinguistic programming, NLP, techniques, using specific word patterns that bypass critical thinking. Sigma males train themselves to detect these linguistic traps, recognizing when language is engineered to trigger emotional responses rather than convey information. They maintain what intelligence agencies call red team thinking, constantly stress-testing their own beliefs for vulnerabilities. In an era where Cambridge Analytica-style micro-targeting has become democratized through AI tools, the Sigma's ability to maintain independent thought represents the last line of defense against mass psychological manipulation. Their minds function like encrypted servers in a world of open Wi-Fi networks, secure, impenetrable, and operating on entirely different protocols. Where others become predictable data points in some tech giant's behavioral model, Sigmas remain the unquantifiable variable that breaks every algorithmic equation. Number 9. The illusion of connection, how AI erodes authentic relationships and the Sigma's counter-strategy. The digital age has engineered a profound distortion in human connection, replacing organic relationships with algorithmically mediated interactions. Social platforms now deploy advanced neural networks that analyze micro-expressions in video calls, track eye movements during profile browsing, and measure response latency to quantify engagement potential. Dating apps like Tinder and Bumble employ machine learning models that don't just match users, they psychologically profile them, testing which persona variants, photos, bios, openers, generate optimal swipe rates. The result is a generation conditioned to view relationships as optimization puzzles, where partners become interchangeable variables in a matching algorithm's equation. This artificial connection economy produces measurable neurological damage. MRI studies reveal that heavy social media users show amygdala hyperactivity similar to PTSD sufferers, while exhibiting prefrontal cortex underdevelopment in areas governing empathy. The like button has rewired reward pathways to prioritize instant digital validation over deep bonding. People now experience phantom vibration syndrome, mistaking random neural firings for notification buzzes, a literal biological adaptation to the dopamine drip feed of algorithmic interaction. Sigma males implement a radical counter-protocol. The 3D interaction rule, they prioritize in-person encounters that engage all 5 senses, recognizing that 93% of human communication occurs through non-digital channels, body language, pheromones, micro-gestures. A handshake conveys more authentic data than 10,000 text messages. The 1:10 digital ratio, for every minute spent on digital platforms, they invest 10 minutes in real-world interactions. This maintains neurobiological balance and prevents the digital uncanny valley effect where online personas diverge from true selves. Algorithmic misdirection. When forced to use dating apps, they employ anti-profiling tactics, varying speech patterns, using non-optimal photos that repel superficial matches, and deliberately breaking engagement algorithms by irregular response times. By rejecting the quantification of human connection, Sigmas preserve the sacred elements of relationships that AI cannot replicate, the electric charge of unplanned encounters, the depth of shared silence, and the intuitive knowing that emerges only through undigitized presence. Their relationships exist outside the metadata matrix, in the analog spaces where true bonds form. Number 10. The Sigma's Edge, mastering anti-predictive warfare against AI control systems. Modern predictive AI has achieved frightening accuracy. Amazon's anticipatory shipping algorithm now dispatches products before customers order them, while China's social credit system can forecast deviant behavior with 89% precision. These systems don't just react to human activity, they construct behavioral prisons where each action funnels individuals deeper into predictable patterns. The average person's life follows a script written by recommendation engines, from morning Spotify playlists to Netflix bedtime selections, all engineered to reinforce existing preferences. Sigma males wage asymmetric warfare against this predictive panopticon through stochastic lifestyle patterns. They randomize routines using military-grade OPSEC principles, varying commute routes, altering purchase habits through deliberate noise transactions, and scheduling activities via analog methods, paper calendars, verbal agreements. This creates behavioral static that scrambles profiling algorithms. Cognitive jamming techniques. They feed AI systems contradictory data points, reading opposing political content, exploring alien musical genres, and deliberately engaging with non-optimized content. This creates model confusion in personalization algorithms. The 7-day reset protocol. Every week, they purge digital footprints, deleting search histories, resetting advertising IDs, and cycling through VPN endpoints. More advanced practitioners employ digital doppelgangers, fake personas that absorb algorithmic attention while the true self remains obscured. The effectiveness of these tactics is measurable. While the average person's online activity can be predicted 90 minutes in advance with 85% accuracy, Sigma males reduce this predictability to under 30%, falling below the threshold needed for effective algorithmic manipulation. They become black swans in the data stream, unclassifiable anomalies that break predictive models. In financial markets, such unpredictability would be called alpha generation, the ability to outperform standardized systems. In the human arena, it's the ultimate competitive edge. As AI control systems tighten their grip on mass behavior, Sigma males remain the uncapturable variables, the wild cards in the algorithmic deck. Their lives aren't just lived off-grid, they're engineered to collapse the grid's predictive capabilities entirely. In an age of digital determinism, they are the last bastion of true free will. Conclusion: the indomitable Sigma in the age of algorithmic conformity. The relentless march of artificial intelligence is undeniable, a force reshaping civilization with the precision of a new evolutionary pressure. Surveillance capitalism has birthed a world where 99.9% of human behavior can be predicted, monetized, and manipulated, a global Skinner box of algorithmic conditioning. Yet in this hyper-optimized landscape, the Sigma male emerges as the ultimate 0.1% anomaly, the statistical impossibility that breaks every predictive model. Where AI sees order, Sigmas create entropy. When machine learning algorithms attempt to categorize them, they mutate. As neural networks predict their next move, they rewrite the rules. Their power stems not from Luddite rejection of technology, but from mastering it while remaining fundamentally unmasterable. They weaponize encryption tools not to hide, but to make their digital signatures indistinguishable from noise. They study behavioral economics not to conform, but to spot and sabotage the nudges. This isn't mere resistance, it's evolutionary warfare. As AI rams the herd toward digital commodification of the human experience, Sigmas develop anti-patterns. Cognitive asymmetry, training their minds to think in non-linear patterns that defy algorithmic analysis. Behavioral quantum superposition, existing in multiple contradictory states simultaneously to collapse profiling attempts. Digital dark matter, leaving just enough carefully crafted noise to appear normal while remaining essentially undetectable. The future belongs to these uncontainable variables. When AI achieves singularity, it will find Sigma males waiting, not as adversaries to be destroyed, but as indifferent natural phenomena to be worked around, like hurricanes or quantum fluctuations. They are the last authentic human experience in a world of calculated personas, the final bastion of unprocessed thought in an age of AI-generated opinions. This is not just survival, it's dominance through indifference. The Sigma male doesn't outsmart the system, he exists on an entirely different plane where the system's rules don't apply. While others become products of their algorithmic environments, the Sigma remains the last true cause and effect paradox, the human who cannot be engineered, the consciousness that refuses to be calculated, the indomitable exception to all artificial rule. Thank you for watching.